Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And in this video I have two replays for you in the Firefly Boilermaker, which is on, it's got an XP discount in the tech tree at the moment, and it's a British premium tier 6 medium tank. And just looking at the stats, we'll do a review here. So it's got top forward speed of 39.60 kilometers per hour, top reverse speed of 19.80, internal fire chance of 20%. You've got 830 hit points. You have 340 meters concealment when you're still, with 363 on the move, and then 473 meters of view range. This tank, it does have the 17-pounder gun, and you've got 6 degrees of gun depression. You have 3.81 second reload time with 0.31 accuracy. You got 1.93 second aiming time, and you have AP, APCR and HE on your shell type, so 171 penetration on your standard with 239 penetration on your premium rounds, and obviously your armor damage is 150 on both rounds with 190 on HE, and your shell velocity is 884 on your standard with 1105 on your premium. And the premium bonus is you get 130% silver bonus with 130% tank XP. So yeah, pretty standard there on the on the Boilermaker. We'll look at the armor profile. There's not really much to look at. It is very lightly armored. You have got some armor on the turret. So yeah, keep your sort of turret just peeking to bounce some shots. You have got sort of tracks on the front and the side, which I think act as space armor looking at this. So that's quite handy to have. If sort of tanks are sort of firing heat at you, it will just get absorbed into those tracks. I'm pretty sure it's space armor. It looks like it from what I can see here. You've got the engine and the fuel tanks at the rear of the tank, and you have your ammo racks located at the back of the tank, and on the floor pan, sort of pretty much most of the tank on the floor is covered by an ammo rack. So hence why you've got like the 77 rounds. So you've got a lot of ammo to play with on this tank. So as in terms of equipment, I run optics, I run the traction system, and I run vert stabs on this tank. Went for the traction system because I wanted to increase the mobility. The reload is really good on this, so I just thought I'd rather go for sort of mobility. The perks to run this is Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Camouflage Expertise, Muffled Shot, and Situational Awareness. Again, you could swap one of the camo perks out for off-road driving if you wanted to, just because this tank is a little bit on the slow side. And that's why I opted to sort of go for the mobility more than focusing on the reload, which is already good. So you could put the gun ram on if you wasn't too fussed about mobility, but me, I'd rather get to the place and start putting the damage in. My view is kind of like you need to get to the damage first to actually start making use of your reload. It's all good having good reload, but if you're not in the action, then it's a waste of time basically. So anyway, we get to the first replay, and we're platooned up with Mass here. Mass is in the KV2, and yeah, I'm just sort of deciding to head up. We're on encounter mode here, so I'm sort of expecting quite a few tanks to sort of be popping up on the other side here. So I'm coming to like where this sort of, I don't know, little bit of a cliff is, or this ridge here. I've got the protection of the rocks to the left of me, but I can sort of get shots onto the left hand side if needs be. Trying to sneak a shot into that T-34 there. One thing obviously I have found, I mean, the biggest problem with this tank is gun depression, or the lack of. It's pretty much like your standard M4 Shermans. It's got like 6 degrees of gun depression, which is quite awkward. It's not like the Fury or the Thunderbolt where you got the 10 degrees, which really make a difference. This thing can be a bit of a struggle with the gun depression. I've also found that AP shells are a little bit derpy and feel a bit, you know, the gun can feel a bit inaccurate at times. So I've gone for the premium rounds here. I want to make sure I go for that OI, but also, yeah, I like the shell. You know, it's nice having the good shell velocity. A lot of people think, oh yeah, just running premium just to you know get the better pen. It's not just about that. It's also sort of how the gun feels. You know, the shell handling, the shell velocity. It's, you know, it's having those premium rounds in to make use of that. But we've gone back to the AP here. You can see the difference. Like, honestly, the speed. I mean, the shell velocity in the AP isn't too bad, to be honest. But like I say, it can feel a bit derpy at times and a bit sluggish to sort of penetrate targets. And we get some nice shots onto the toaster there, which then gets abruptly deleted by Matt. I'm trying to get some shots into the Churchill here, but again, sort of struggling to get that gun down. Do get some shots into the side there, but we are taking some shots. We need to be careful here. So yeah, we're just trying to line up some targets, but I need to kind of get out here now because I'm just sort of being whittled away by tanks that are across the way. I'm coming in the middle here along with Mass. We're going to try and sort of take out this tank. Well, we did take out a tank that was on the cap, but now we're sort of focusing our attention to the tanks that are over here. As I try and get a shot into that tank destroyer, but it just gets behind a rock. You can see there, it's just I mean, that was sort of poor, you know, more poor aiming. You know, this thing trying to snapshot, it's hit and miss. We get an unfortunate bounce off the side of that tank destroyer there. And yeah, I'm just sort of wanting to sort of press the play here. It's quite even numbers, but yeah, I'm sort of eager to get more damage. And the other thing I've noticed as well is obviously you have to be sort of quite considerate with your hit points, because it's quite easy to sort of get those whittled away. You know, especially when people are sort of doing sort of 100 damage per shot at these sort of tiers, but the rapid reload, you can soon lose your hit points, and with this tank not having any armour, getting in situations like this is not advisable. This Tog has poked round, and I was trying to see if I could just sort of bait him round and so Mass could shoot him, but Mass just isn't in a position to be able to get the shot. We're unfortunate enough then not to pen that shot. We just sort of hit the track. And unfortunately the Tog takes us out. So yeah, but that was a bit of a faux pas on my part really. Perhaps I should have just carried on going up the other side, and then when the Tog was lit up I could have just sort of got some shots on him safely. So yeah, maybe I was sort of just a bit too rash in my judgment, and probably should have just sort of stayed a bit back. It's the frustrating thing about the Boilermaker is obviously its speed isn't that great. Like I say, the top speed and things like that, it can be difficult. So yeah, you're wanting to get to the action, but also you're not. You've got to be careful to not put yourself in a situation where you are then sort of hung out to dry, because like I say, those hit points will slowly disappear if you. If you sort of stay engaged with the enemy. So the best way I'd say to play this tank is to sort of try and you play as a support tank and just try and sort of dance around the fringes, I guess, and sort of use the terrain to your sort of best your abilities. So you can keep safe. And just ensure your safety before you make shots, because like I say, you want to sort of leave the hit points at the end to trade out. But anyway, that's enough of me sort of waffling on about sort of how to play this tank in that sort of situation and conserving hit points. So we got taken out by the Tog. So yeah, we're just going to sort of fast forward to the end of the replay and see how we got on. So there we go, we get the victory there, and we come top of the board with just over 2.3k damage with 484 assists, only the 1 kill. We do pick up the high caliber and we get the 2nd class for it. So yeah, an average game really, to be fair. Like I say, we could have got a lot more out of that if we'd actually just played a little bit more sensible. So yeah, that's just unfortunate really. So anyway, we move on to the second replay, and we're playing solo here, and we're on Liberty Falls, and again we're top tier in this matchup. So unfortunately I'm spawned right over the other side, but I'm going to make my way over to the corner in A1. Now it's probably, again, you know, you don't have much armor to play with, so I'm sort of going to play a little bit of a sort of campy TD role. Some people might frown at that, but at the end of the day, it's you know, just because you're a medium tank doesn't necessarily mean you have to play like a medium. You know, there's some situations where you don't need to go sort of gun ho and sort of getting all involved. You know, you gotta be sort of sensible really, and you gotta. I guess in some ways the best way to explain it is you let the enemy make the mistake, yeah? Don't just sort of trade out all the hit points in one go. I guess that's kind of like quite ironic me saying that when the last game, that's kind of what I done and, you know, threw my health away. But yeah, I'm sort of trying to explain it from a point of view where ideally you should be playing it. I'm not saying that's what happens, you know, sort of it's sometimes, you know, our sort of adrenaline and, you know, error of judgment get the better of us, but you know, that's just sort of the best way to try and explain it. So we're making our way to the corner. Unfortunately we just got lit there, so I'm just, you know, again talking about that, getting safe before taking the shot. I didn't think I was going to get lit, to be fair, so that's why I kind of snapped the shot while I was on the move. Obviously I wasn't going to sort of sit still and take my time. I wanted to get to this position again. I was ensuring the safety first, but I thought the snapshot I'd be able to get away with that. Unfortunately I didn't. Now I'm in a safe position, getting some shots off. I have swapped over to the premium shells just because I want to pen this, and I can see there's only me and another tank in the corner here that are on this side, and I guess in some ways I'm kind of in a bit of a lockdown position. I mean, I could wait for the spot to disappear and move, but I was sort of thinking, well, all the damage is here. I'm going to try and play clever if I can. Poke out, look at different positions, and just try and see if, yeah, I can get some shots poking this side and then poking the other. However, we have got artillery now looking at us. There is 2 artillery in the game, so yeah, that's not ideal. We need to be careful as well, because there's obviously tank destroyers in the back there, or there's something that's you know, got quite some decent alpha that's going to hurt. So again, I'm just trying to be cautious. But yeah, it's a bit difficult, to be fair. Unfortunately, we don't aim properly on that shot, but we do get a shot into this medium tank here, and we shoot. You know, damage his engine twice, which is quite nice. And, you know, we thought we'd sort of put him in a permanent position there. I'm just weaving backwards and forwards, so I'm trying to make sure I sort of duck out, you know, just trying to dupe the artillery basically, but as well as getting sort of, you know, shots in at the same time. So yeah, this is why I'm sort of weaving backwards and forwards, but equally I'm just sort of, it's a tough job here. I'm trying to sort of avoid artillery. I'm doing a not too bad job, but at the same time it's draining the amount of time I have to sort of focus on these enemy tanks here, and you see the game is starting to go absolutely sideways. Artillery then actually manages to get a shot onto me. I burnt my repair kit, so I'm kind of like stuck out in the open here, but I do get 2 quick successive kills, which is great. We managed to fix our gunner and our driver or loader, whichever one. And I was thinking about making a run for it. Probably, I don't know, maybe I should have carried on. I'm not sure, but I'm kind of stuck here now. So this is like, right, okay, it's a bit of a fight to the death now. Artillery is focused elsewhere, which is good, so that means I'm not getting harassed by those guys. Maybe at this point I probably should have sort of, dodged across. Tried getting a shot into that Rover 237 there that's on the enemy team, so no, that guy is going to be an absolute pain. But yeah, I mean, look, it's 8v4. It's getting quite difficult now. I'm checking my surroundings to try and see if maybe there's a possibility I can sort of get up the top there, but I don't think that's going to work. Trying to see if I can sneak a shot potentially on the OI, but it's not looking good. Trying to rush a shot into the T-34-85 there, but unfortunately we just bounced. There's only me and 2 tanks left, but the other 2 tanks are on the other side of the map, so I'm pretty much done for here. Do get a shot into the T-34-85, damaging his ammo rack, but unfortunately he just had too much health, and yeah, I can't, just can't shut him down. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, we just got caught short there. Don't really think there was much more I could do in that situation. Maybe I could have moved sort of a bit earlier, and potentially sort of sat up, sort of on A8 and just let them come to me and just do that. But I think it was only a matter of time. Again, there's not much mobility, so it's not like a light tank where you can run away, get into a new position, wait for them to come, get a few shots off, and then relocate again. It's kind of like, yeah, there was tanks there that were going to catch up with me eventually. So yeah, I don't think there was much more I could do really. It was just kind of like, maybe if the team had just sort of held out a bit longer, we possibly could have turned that around. So yeah. So anyway, guys, we will cut to the results screen and we'll see how we got on. So there we go. Unfortunately, we do lose the game, but we did come 3rd place on the MVP screen there. And yeah, we picked up just under 2.9k with 406 assists, 3 kills, picking up the high caliber and the 1st class medal. But yeah, unfortunately it just wasn't meant to be. So yeah, my thoughts on the Boilermaker. It is an okay tank, to be fair. It's weird because I've sort of recently played the Firefly VC, which I will have a video coming out on. And yeah, I wasn't too keen on that tank. It's weird because both tanks are the same. I guess it's just, maybe the sort of maps are a little bit more favourable, smaller, better on this one. I'm not sure, but it's okay. It's sort of average, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. At the end of the day, it's on sale for about 65,000 XP, I think, which isn't too bad. If you want to pay gold for it, it's just over 3,000 gold, which again, it's sort of, I guess, about the sort of the usual price for a tier 6 premium. But yeah, I think there's better tier 6s out there. But yeah, if you like your Sherman variants, it's definitely a nice looking one. So yeah, that's my thoughts, guys. Anyway, let me know what you guys think if you got it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.